Hi, this is Mark Pizzacalla and welcome to the June 2023 edition of What You Need to Know with Dr. Mark. Now, being June, what I thought I'd like to do is to just go through a few key things that trustees of trusts need to consider as they are doing the year-end trust resolutions. Now, the first thing I wanted to talk about was trust income and what is trust income. Now, of course, that's dictated by the terms of the trust deed. And there's a number of different ways of indicating what that trust income is. The trust deed will usually provide different ways for the trustee to define income for the purposes of distributions. It could be based on trust law income. It could be based on the amount located in the financial statements, the net income amount. It could be the tax definition of income. So whichever definition is adopted, it's really important to understand what that definition is, because the trustee resolution then needs to be written in such a way that the different types of income earned by that particular trust is able to be distributed, out of the trust and into the hands of the beneficiaries. The second thing that I want to talk about was that the trustee needs to give real and genuine consideration to the requirements of each of the beneficiaries. Now, a really important case, only a recent case called OWIE's case, OWIES. Now, look, OWIE's case, people are just coming to grips with it, but essentially what happened there was that there was a dispute in relation to the trust, and essentially the court decided that the trustee failed to give real and genuine consideration in relation to two of the specified beneficiaries of the trust. And what that means is that essentially that the trustee resolution becomes invalid or void. Now, that's got serious tax implications in terms of who pays the tax if the distribution is void. But also what it means is that trustees need to give consideration to the requirements of each of the beneficiaries. And so, for example, if for 5 years in a row, a trustee has been allocating income 40% to beneficiary A, 40% to B, 20% to beneficiary C. And this has been happening in the same proportion for years. It could well be that the court might say, well, you know what? The trustee has demonstrated a lack of active consideration and therefore could be in breach of their fiduciary duties. So that's something that's really come to the fore this 30 June. And the last thing I want to talk about was Section 100A. If you haven't heard of Section 100A and you have a trust, you must be an ostrich because it's everywhere. The long and the short of it is, if you are now making distributions to beneficiaries, essentially the cash needs to follow the distribution, or essentially the benefit needs to follow the distribution in relation to where the distribution is made. So you cannot have a situation where you're distributing to beneficiary A, who's on a low marginal tax rate, but the cash is going this other way to other beneficiaries. So it needs to be a genuine distribution to a genuine beneficiary, and essentially the cash will need to follow. Look, that's all I wanted to talk about. There's much more to say in relation to trustee resolutions for 30 June. That's just a few tips, but if you've got any questions, by all means, please give me a call. Speak soon. Have a good 30 June year end.